We're now going to attach the pocket to our main fabric. So we've already made our pocket and we need a ruler because we're going to make a mark. So the first thing we're going to do is from one of the short ends, get rid of that bit of thread, we're going to draw a line across the width of our panel. It's 9 1/4 inches from one of the short ends. Then we're going to take our pocket and with our top stitching closest to the line, we're going to position our pocket above that line. So here's the edge of the fabric. I've done my line 9 1/4 inches above it, and then I'm going to, it's very difficult to see actually because the fabric is almost disappears into the main fabric. I'm positioning my pocket so that it's 9 1/4 inches above, and I've got my top stitched edge against that line. So very difficult to show you. Hadn't actually considered that when I was picking this fabric. I'm centralising it so I've got a similar gap on both sides, but I am eyeballing it, I'm not measuring it. So once I've got it in position, I'm just going to pop a couple of pins through to stop it moving. And then I'm going to go to the machine and I'm going to stitch round. So I'm going to pause you and come back when I get to the machine. So now I'm just going to stitch all the way down one side along the bottom and back up the other side of my pocket to secure it in place. As we stitch along the bottom, it will close up that gap that we left, our turning gap. So not sure what's going on with my pedal this morning. So I back stitch just at the beginning to secure it. Going all the way down one side. Then coming along the bottom, I've done it again. I need to move the foot pedal. I'm just going to, I've got a little tiny bit of the back fabric that appears to have moved slightly, so I'm just pushing that back in with my finger. I think my problem might actually be I've got some new slippers and they've got a really hard base on them and I'm not sure I can feel what I'm actually doing. I think perhaps I need to get used to sewing in them because they're really nice, they're big sheepskin things. I was complaining about cold feet in my sewing room and my husband went to John Lewis and bought me some swanky sheepskin slippers, which are absolutely lovely. Can't feel a thing through them because they've got a solid base, solid sole. Anyway, there we go. There's our pocket stitched in place. I'm just going to get rid of the pins. Now we're going to take a ruler and you can separate this pocket however you want. If you'd rather have a couple of shorter sections to put pens in or something like that, that's fine. If you want to do just split it in half, then that's fine too. I mean, the pocket itself, if it started off at 8, should be 7 1/2, so 3 1/4, 3 1/2, 3, however you want to do it. It's really very much your call. I generally like to do it in half, so I'm going to draw a line, and from the bottom of the pocket, so up towards this top edged line, I'm going to do a line of stitching to divide the pocket in two. If you wanted to keep it as one big pocket, you could do. But because we haven't put any pleating in this pocket, they're flat pockets, so you've got to be careful. If you make them too small, you won't get anything in them. A couple of back stitches at the top there, and then just get rid of my chalk marker and my threads, and you have 2 super pockets on the back, or 3, or as many as you choose to put in. There's no real right or wrong with this. The pocket is just there for storage, and it's just, that's the way it works. So I'll come back with you in a minute and show you how we're going to put the front and the back together.